us a little bit about the practicalities of writing and take us into the writing process a little bit.
I think one of the common features, right, of cases where you really get a lot of kind of access and insights is when you have some relationship in the company. And I think what Jose described, I think, was very important, because kind of Fábio Tentori, one of the case protagonists, was an alumnus. So since the beginning, okay, in terms of getting access and also explaining how the case would look like, it was very easy because it was someone who has been, right, an MBA student who knew exactly how those cases are taught. But I think there's a couple of things that I think were particularly in this case. First was Fábio, he managed to get both access to the really top of the organization. So, right, we interviewed, right, the CEO and all the top management team, but also he managed to involve his team. And so when you read the case, right, you probably notice that we have so many quotes from so many different people. And I think this is really kind of merit and of kind of Fábio really being able to engage. And I think this is critical for a good case. I think the other thing which was also true, and maybe Jose can say a bit more about it, is kind of in the middle of the case, right? Kind of there was an event that Enel was holding for investors, right? And they were demonstrating things, and Jose managed to go there, so he was also able to see things as they were unveiling. Do you want to say something about that, Jose?
Yeah, for me, from the students' author's perspective, I think was a unique MBA experience, because well, the case not only talk about innovation, talks about structure, organization, culture. So it talks about a lot of things that you see in the MBA. At the same time, I used to work at Enel, not in the headquarters in Rome, but back in Chile, and I was familiar from the other side. So for me, it was a huge opportunity to put all the concept together and make sense of it. Because I remember when I was working, they were talking about the new culture, and I was like, oh, another idea from the Italians. And then writing the case and talking with the strategist, said, oh, okay, wait, it makes sense. And that, for me, was a unique experience to put all the pieces together. And then with what Felipe was saying about that innovation, when Ernesto Chora pitched the Innovability strategy to the investor, that was a unique experience for me, because at the INSEAD, they teach us how to make a pitch presentation of investor and how a strategy goes. But this was real life. So actually, I was kind of like hiding in the corner. They told me you cannot talk. And it was real life. He was pitching a real life strategy. And we saw the result. JP Morgan wrote about, I think 1 week later, that innovation strategy at Enel was able to generate growth and capture opportunities. So for us, that was a big hit in the case, because it wrapped up everything with a huge success.
I think, Richard, let me just add something, because I guess that some people watching this video later on, right, they might be thinking, the practicality is also in terms of how do you make sure that when you are writing a case about a company which is publicly traded, as big as Enel, that you have, right, quotes from CEO and right from a lot of the senior executives, how you get those cases released and approved. And I think, right, really getting this very organized across time, right, and also making sure that you were kind of involving all the executives, right, and you had a chance to kind of show them their quotes, get those things approved. So I think there's a lot of the fun part which Jose is describing, but there's a lot of very kind of diligent, laborious work to make sure, right, that those things that you're seeing and describing, something that can really be put on kind of in a case and be released. And I think to that sense, I think it was kind of, I think Jose clearly with, right, his MBA training, he was very structured on, this. So I was sharing with him my experience of writing cases, but I think it was very good to bring this very organized, structured way of all those different steps in the case writing. It's not just kind of as you write an article and, as you know,